Honored guests, friends, family members, and employees of PSD, good morning and welcome to the Department of Public Safety Service Award Ceremony. Due to the pandemic, we have not recognized our outstanding employees for a few years now, but today we get to. Every day I live in Aiea. Every day I drive Moanalua and I see this sign on Kaiser Permanente and it says, "Heroes work here." And I was like, man, a little bit too slow. That should have been our slogan. During the pandemic, corrections and law enforcement staff, they had to show up daily, regardless if COVID was in their work environment or they were interacting with people positive with COVID. To support our staff, PSD administration, we did not telework. And I'm sorry for getting a little bit of feedback here. But we did not telework, and I think we were the only department in the state that may have not teleworked. So that's something to be proud of. Yeah, well, on the other hand, yes, I got a lot of complaints. But we honestly felt we could keep you safe, and that was the right thing to do. So, we should be proud of that. We as a department, we pushed through and we overcame so many obstacles, and we got the job done with PSD pride. So today, we give recognition to our fellow employees for their outstanding performance. Before I close, I'd like to acknowledge the award ceremony committee and personnel staff for their hard work and planning and coordination of this event. Also, I'm sure a lot of you do not know, but there is a proclamation from the governor, and this is. Let me just read bits of this proclamation if I can, because it's in very small print here. If I look strange, it's because I'm straining to read this. Okay, Human Resource Professional Day. Well, I'm just going to summarize for you guys. I'm sorry, but this print is very small, especially with this light. Okay, you guys know me. Okay, basically it's acknowledging our human service professionals. What they've done in getting people to the state, getting people acclimated to state employment, recruiting people to come here is a humongous job. And personnel, I view personnel as one of the few divisions within the department. Of course, there's fiscal, budget, others, but personnel is like the heart. All of you sit in this department had some interaction with personnel when you started and even presently now. Every time you have a promotion or anything, personnel is involved. So I kind of call personnel the heart because they actually bring life into our department, right? So I'll read what I can read. Therefore, they're all highlighted in bold. But it's, therefore, David Hawai'i, Governor of the State of Hawaii, do hereby proclaim November 18, 2022 as Human Resource Professionals Day. So again, round of applause for HR and our select committee members.
Aloha everyone, I'm Scot Matayoshi. I was asked to do the keynote speech here today because The Rock couldn't make it. Thank you for that long introduction. I think that introduction is going to be longer than my speech. So I was asked to give this keynote today just to really thank you folks for all of your service, all of your hard work, and really going above and beyond the call of duty. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in high school, my friend and I had to wash his dad's car. So we were, teenagers. We weren't doing a great job. But we're washing. And I turned over and I looked at the other side where my friend's washing. He just done a terrible job. He missed spots. He didn't wash the wheels. And I turned to him and I said, "Hey, you gonna wash your dad's car like that?" And he said, "Good enough for government work." that really stuck with me. I mean, that was 20 some years ago, and I thought, man, is that how people see government employees? That they can just kind of do a sloppy job and just, whatever, it's just the government. And I worked for the government 2 times now. I guess I was a public school teacher, and then now I work in this building. But that always kind of stuck with me in the back of my mind, that is this how government employees are? And you folks getting awards here today are really a testimony to that not being true. And I think that one of the things that we need to realize as government employees is that we don't work for some big corporation. We're not working for some company. You do a better job. It's not like some shareholder gets money. You do a good job and the community benefits. You do a good job and families are protected. You guys do a good job and everyone in our society really reaps the rewards of that. So really, I mean, you're public servants in the true sense of the word. We're not working for someone else. We're working for our community and those families around you. So I as a family, being protected by you all, really, really appreciate that. And I know everyone in our community would say the same. Going above and beyond just your job description, I think, is one of the best things and best ways you can serve the community. And during my introduction, he outed me as a Punahou grad, so sorry about that. Usually, I took the Punahou sticker off my car when I ran for office, But when I was a public school teacher in Nanakuli, which I tell everybody, the teachers that I respected the most were the special education teachers. I taught 7th grade science, and 7th grade, they got the 12-year-olds, they're all nuts. But the special ed teachers, man, those guys, I respected them so much because they had to deal with the most difficult students. I thought I had a hard time in my classroom. Then I look over there and got someone like throwing a chair through a window. I'm like, oh man, I guess I'm okay. But the reason I respected them so much is because the population that they dealt with was so difficult, so hard to deal with. They had the most unruly people, or kids and students to deal with. And public safety, you guys, that's the reason I respect you guys so much too, because you guys are dealing with some of the hardest section of our population to deal with. And I really, really respect that. I mean, it's easy, I think, to kind of go in and say, hey, these guys are knuckleheads and just going to do my job, get my paycheck, get out of here. But the people getting the awards today, really, you guys went in there knowing the job was going to be some of the toughest jobs in the state. And you thought, you know what, I'm going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to try my hardest anyway, and I'm going to do a great job because we need to. And we need so many more people like you all over our government. And we got you, which I'm very thankful of. But really, I think our government could be in a really different place if people stopped thinking of the government as the government and the people, and really realize that the government and the people are together. The government is our society. So when you guys are doing a good job for the government, you really are doing a great job for our society.